Namaste. Let us study one of the important chapters, departmental accounts. What is departmental accounts? Departmental accounting refers to maintaining accounts for one or more branches or departments of the company. So here departmental accounting. So departmental accounts are the accounts which are maintained, for departmental transactions. So departmental accounts are maintained for one or more branches or departments. Revenues and expenses of the departments are recorded and reported separately. The departmental accounts are then consolidated into accounts of the head office to prepare financial statements of the company. If there are three departments, so separate we can maintain and we can consolidate. We can take it together and prepare the final statement of the company. Here there is an example. A textile merchant may have trade in cotton, woolen and jute fabrics. So you can consider here there are three departments. One is related to cotton. So purchase of cotton, sale of cotton, all those things. Another woolen, another jute. So he can separately calculate what is the profit and loss in each product, each department. Then he can combine together to see his overall effectiveness of the company. So there are two methods, singular method and columnar method. Singular method, here each department is treated like a separate establishment and a separate set of accounts are maintained. So here separate books are maintained to show the income and expenses of this particular department. Here columnar method, under this method of accounting treatment, common books of accounts are maintained for all the departments. Clear? So single account is maintained where there are different columns for different departments. Look at the format. So usually departmental accounting, trading and profit and loss account. So this is similar to simple whatever we do know, trading and profit and loss account. Same thing here. Here department, see department X, Y, Z. Opening stock, purchases to all the direct expenses, right? Sales, closing stock and gross profit. Gross profit brought down. Then all the expenses we are taking. Stock reserve we are taking here. Stock reserve means sometimes what happens, one department transfers its stock to another department, right? So if it is transferring at cost price, there is no stock reserve because it is given at the cost price. But if it is transferring the goods at selling price, what happens? Profit is included in selling price, right? But what about the stock? It should be maintained at cost price. So at that time stock reserve will come. So stock reserve will come only when the transfer is made on selling price. So we can work out the problems, you'll understand it clearly. So departmental trading and profit and loss account, this is a general thing. When there is a transfer of stock at cost price, that means there is no extra adjustment of stock reserve. So general things will come. Opening stock, purchases less return, freight and carriage, raw material consumed, store consumed, wages paid, wages paid, add outstanding, less prepaid, manufacturing or productive expenses to direct expenses, power and fuel. Here by sales less return, by closing stock. Then in the profit and loss account to salaries and wages, rent, rates and tax, insurance premium, printing and stationery, office and administration expenses, discount, allowance, commission, advertisement, packing expenses, depreciation, lighting, maintenance expenses, then carriage on sales, general expenses, sundry expenses, other expenses, all these things come here. Here discount received, sundry income, something commission received, something like that. So this is a general thing. So only difference is if there is transfer at selling price, then there is reserve, Otherwise everything is same. Now first thing we should very importantly we should know that which are the expenses and their allocation, how we have to allocate them to different departments. See, expenses on purchases such as import duty. So these are the expenses on purchases: import duty, octroi, freight, carriage, inwards. So these are related to purchases, right? So basis of allocation is what? It is the ratio of net purchase. For example, if A department net purchase is 50,000, B department net purchase is 1 lakh, right? So we have to see that ratio 1:2. And if there is any freight charge, for example 500 into 1:2, we have to allocate it to A department and B department like this. So expenses on sales such as selling commission, bad debts, RBD, discount allowed, sales tax, then carriage outwards, advertisement, etc. Here we have to allocate on the basis of net sales ratio. Okay. Next, expenses on building like rent and rates, repairs, insurance and buildings. So on the basis of area or floor area. Yeah, area or the space occupied by the by each department. What is the space? So lighting and heating. This is related to light points or meter reading. On the basis of that we have to divide. Power, same thing. Meter reading or on the basis of floor space. So what information is given in the problem, we can go with that. Expenses on machine such as depreciation and repairs. So it is on the basis of the value of the machine. It is on the basis of value of the machine or space occupied by the machine. Next, insurance premium on the basis of value of the subject matter. Next, or on the basis of value of machinery installed. Yeah. So labor welfare expenses. This is based on the number of workers. Recreation expenses, canteen expenses, all this. Then workmen's compensation insurance, group insurance premium, PF contribution, ESI, the same thing. Here, because it is related to the wages, right? Ratio of wages of each department. Works manager salary in the ratio of time spent. Because we are giving him salary, he is looking after 2 departments. So what is the time he spent on each department can be taken as a basis. Other expenses such as interest on capital, interest on debentures, interest on bank loan, audit fees, directors fees, bank charges, legal charges, sundry office expenses, all these things. Here what we can do is, see here, sales or cost of sales or quantity of goods sold or equally. There are certain categories. So instead of that, what we can do is alternatively these expenses need not be allocated because this is the expenses for the company as a whole, right? So we can directly charge to profit and loss account. So what is best is like we can directly charge all these expenses to directly profit and loss account. This is the better option. So allocation of income. So discount received and reserve for discount on creditors allocated on the basis of net purchases, because when we get the discount on the purchase. Commission earned on sales, so based on net sales. Other income, dividend received, transfer fees, interest on deposits, profit on sales of fixed assets. So here they are saying equally we can distribute or we need not distribute it. So directly we can credit them to profit and loss account. Is it clear? Okay. So this is the base. Okay. In addition, if there is interdepartmental transfers, I told you should see whether the transfer are made at cost price or selling price. If it is cost price, no further adjustments. If there is selling price, we have to write the entry for stock reserve. Okay, remember this much. Then later whatever we have studied here, we can apply it in the problem. Thank you.